So what are the three major tools that I think are most effective online? My name is David Higgins, and I am an author, a consultant. I own a business that works with nonprofits and helping them thrive online. And welcome to Nonprofit Online. So today we're going to be talking about why every nonprofit really should start moving quickly into digital marketing with their volunteers, with some of their staffing, and allow this to start supplementing their income. I have found that over the last many years working in directing nonprofits and supporting and encouraging others that work with nonprofits, that it's the constant moving the meter on our upskilling and allowing ourselves to step into technology that allows us as nonprofits to really stay on the cutting edge of finding the next generation of donors, as well as being able to raise the needed funds for the next program or to supplement income that may be getting a little weak, a grant that may not be coming through like we hope. And instead of staying up at night, we have a secondary source of income coming in that's going to support those things that really worry us and cause us concern. But millennials, what a shock. When you look at the statistics from 2019, 2020, and this year, 2021, you'll find that millennials are giving more to nonprofits than either the X-Gen or the boomers. And the reason why is, even though they're not as wealthy, there are more of them. And they give more en masse as a group. They are more generous per population than the X generation or the baby boomers. They have thrown themselves into being able to support and connect with you and I in our need to be able to reach the community. They're huge in volunteerism. They don't have the same driving desire to go to college and get big jobs because most of them have graduated from college and have realized that there aren't big jobs waiting for them. And so they throw themselves into the engagement of community. They throw themselves into what's going to help their community better, what's going to help animal rights better, how it's going to help nature and world issues in a much larger way. And so there is this very exciting change in our culture. But here's the trick. Millennials are connecting by and large online. And unless you are curating those relationships online, you are not reaching the new generation that is hungry to do so. There's a water nonprofit. Their goal is to make sure there's fresh water for every human being on earth in their generation. They've only been around for 15 years. They have really thrown themselves into online media platform fundraising and relationship building. Yes, they do traditional fundraising as well, but they drive the traditional dinners and fundraising auctions through their social media and funnels that they've created. As a result of their social media, their funnels, their website, and their driving, they've raised over $558 million, $500 million they have raised in these last 14 years. And they've done it and poured it into their mission, and it has upscaled their mission in a major way. And it's pretty exciting to see that success. The thing is, though, the reason why so much support is flowing their way is there's not that many others online really curating those relationships. But you can do that. You can build those relationships online. And that's what I'm here to encourage you in. So what are the three major tools that I think are most effective online? We're going to start with the one that I think is the most easy to access and the most practical. The first is your website. Your website needs to be engaging. Your website is your business card. It is your brochure. Not a lot of people post just floating through websites anymore, but it gives you a sense of credibility as a nonprofit and something for people to go, oh, they're for real and this is what they do. But how does your website portray who you are? Have you studied the color theory, the face engagement on your website? Have you done any testing or split testing to see what will cause people to be more engaged when they get to your website. And what is the number one driver that you have full access to do that? Well, let's quickly address this. First of all, the number one important thing about your website is that people don't go to it to see a problem. They go to your website to see if you are managing the solution. As a rule, people that are looking for help don't find your website. It's people that are their friends. It's people that want to help people that you're helping. And so they want to see that you're being successful, that you're victorious. If you took your website and put it side by side next to a strong website that's getting a lot of movement in your niche in nonprofit, can you look at the two of them and go, you know what? Ours is exciting. It's alive. It's engaging. It looks like a solution is being presented. The colors are in blues and greens and yellows and brights and life and a sense of pushing into something successfully. I do see a lot of nonprofits, when somebody clicks on their site, there's two things they see: an absolute explanation of the problem that is there, and there's no donor button. I think every website on the very first page needs to be bright, full of hope and success, with a big donor button on the right-hand side. And so that's the first thing somebody engages in when they see your website. They see success and opportunity for them to partner with you in that success. That is kind of the first step. One of the ways that you can really drive, though, this idea is through the $10,000 a month Google Ad Grant. I'm not going to talk about that much in detail in this episode because we have others and there's a lot of research. There's a lot of details that need to be known about a Google Ad Grant. Most nonprofits need an organization to be able to manage a Google Ad Grant for them. We will help you learn how to do it yourself, or we will do it for you. Or you have other ways to research that as well and see if you have other options. But a Google Ad Grant is $10,000 a month of advertising that is done specifically in a certain way that's within the rules, the 12 rules of Google that Google gives us. But there is that huge sense of accessing eyeballs and pushing those eyeballs into your website and your nonprofit. You can pick any page. You can put it on your events page on the first month, and the second month have it on your front page, your intro. The next month do it on come meet who we are and what we're doing, and put on your about page. You can put it straight to your donor page and have a really powerful donor page on your website. Your website should be done, though, in WordPress. Now, WordPress is very Google friendly, and people go, should I do it in Wix? Should we have our website in Squarespace? Great platforms, easy, especially for small businesses. Great platforms to build your own website quickly using their templates. But what is most search friendly? In my opinion, I'm sure there'll be others that would disagree with this, but in my opinion, it is using a WordPress site. And that WordPress site allows you to quickly attach to it funnels and other tools. So let's talk about the second. Number two, accessing and learning how to do funnels. How to do funnels in a way that drives people into a relationship with you. There are a number of funnels that we talk about in what we do here in Pivot or Die that allows you and I to be able to see the extent of that. But the two main ones I think every nonprofit needs to have. The first is an email attraction funnel. It's one that is allowing you to build a relationship and connect with people in mass by the thousands around the world. That's happening, and you're not having to do anything about it. Somebody downloads a valuable article about who you are in exchange of their email. The email drops into your, you can use a Weber, you use I Love MailChimp. There's a number of others out there, servers that service and create a drip campaign of emails that you've already pre-written that allows the people to learn who you are, what you do, value the things that's in their lives, encourage them on their journey in your specific area and niche as your nonprofit is. So that's the main thing about the entire process of funnels. They're completely able to be taken and given your entire branding, but in a specific one point thought. So, you can pick 1,000 things, but really a funnel forces you to be specific about one thing. And that's what I love about funnels. They also are very effective. It's the number one tool used by digital marketers to engage people in relationships, to engage people in the entire process of buying and selling or exchange of funds. The last is social media. Social media, it's a monster. It's just taking over everywhere, isn't it? It's everywhere we go. Right now, as you and I are talking today, there's over 103 social media platforms that are all growing and all engaging the community around you. 103, not just Facebook, that's just one. Instagram, owned by Facebook, but that's just two. 103 powerful engines engaging people in relationship. And that is something that we cannot ignore as nonprofits. So we have to understand that we need a solid platform that we are able to maintain on a regular basis. What allows us to build the next generation of donors that's going to allow us to double in size and our effectiveness as a nonprofit? And it is going to be the ability to build relationships online. And the best way to do that is our social media. Now, you can't just dive into all 103. That's impossible, and I think that would really be self-defeating in the process. What we want to do is take the entire process of our skill sets and what we're doing and decide what can we do really well. What is one platform that can be the kingpin of all the others, and we can lean some other platforms on? For us, it's YouTube. For you, it might be a blog or a podcast, but there's also the entire area that we can look at Instagram and TikTok and Twitch and Pinterest and so many others. So look and see what works best for you. And you will find out that it's a fun journey. It's a fun journey, but you have to prioritize that journey. A book that I read lately, it said you have to have pig-headed discipline, and that's what it takes for us to be able to shift our nonprofits from where we are to where we want to go. I know for me, pig-headed discipline is a pretty hard thing to grab a hold of because I'm good for it for 3 days. I'll be like, I got pig-headed discipline today and tomorrow, and I'm starting to forget by the next day. But that's where the discipline comes in. For us to be able to consistently relate in a new platform online allows us to build a future investment into our nonprofit. So there we go. If this has been at all helpful for you, please like and subscribe. We'd love to be able to communicate with you. Leave a comment. Let me know how you're doing. Shoot us an email about your website and Google Ad grants, or about funnels, or about your online presence when it comes to social media more than you are today. Hey, you have a great one. I can't wait to talk to you again soon. Bye for now.